so you have it.
Thinking most.
Yeah.
Well, coming in, last time his haunches went left, but I think that was an error. I think it just rides straight.
Yeah.
And look at the judge rather than looking at A. Like look down at the judge to get the line. And then the halt, just to sit back and keep like riding him forward into it. And then sort of think extended trot. I think if you get a good trot, you're going to get a good trot off. Think more, just like staying back and pushing off of it. And then turn, just push them like half halt around the bends through the corner, turn it into the outside rein, straighten and go. And just try to keep them a little soft in front. And he comes back pretty easily. Keep the energy across the short side to really get him into a shoulder in where he's carrying himself. The 10-meter circle is tricky. You need to like keep the energy, keep the bend. It's just sort of a finesse. You need some outside aids to prepare for the haunches in and to kind of keep them from cantering. But that's one of the toughest moves.
But it looked
him.
nice.
The haunches in is easy for him. Don't hold with the outside rein and don't let his head pull in. But he bends through the body really easily. Then get energy after it. And again, in the two corners, try to like sink him into the outside rein. This end is another hard corner because he likes to canter there. So just make sure he's in the outside rein, keep that right bend. And then once he's straight, let him lengthen. At the end of the lengthening, think about your new bend, flexing him in a little, and then in the two corners, again, to put him into your outside rein so that you can get that second shoulder in. 10-meter circle, this way. I think it's really keep the energy, don't overbend. It's not as big an issue to keep from cantering. And then the haunches in, again, watch, give with my outside rein, but don't let them bend too much in. Keep the energy. And then really like sit back and ride him forward into the halt with like a quick half halt in the fingers so he knows he's got a big transition coming up. And then keep really still for a few seconds. He backs pretty easily. Then walk off, just hope you get a good walk. I try to get a little bit of left bend through the rib cage to do the first turn on the haunches and try to keep the rhythm of 12, 11, 10, 9, 8 through it. Then when you're heading towards H, try to actually get that right bend through the rib cage early and then keep the same rhythm and don't forget to give with your left hand because you forget to sometimes. And keep the rhythm 12, 11, 10. Then almost start thinking free walk between M and R. I think it starts at R.
Oh, okay.
But I'll have to double check that. But start thinking about it early. He still gets jiggy sometimes. Today he was relaxed, so I just let him go. If he feels steady, like I'm not pushing him I feel his energy was good. I'm not pushing him too much because I don't want him to trot. And then picking him back up. He was good today. I got to get the reins really short because we got a lot of business quick at the canter. He was good. A little tap with the whip to let him know something's coming up for the canter transition. And then as soon as he gets cantering, I got to get him into the outside rein so that I can get a lengthening without him falling like on the forehand and getting real strung out. So once I get him cantering, just really get him in the outside rein, if like the trot equivalent of a shoulder in, and then just keep them bent correctly and light around the turn, and then just loosen my seat, push forward, keep that inside leg the whole way at the canter, the inside hip, keep it counting out the beat I want. And I feel like his lengthenings were better today. They're some of the best ones we've done. Hope he doesn't buck me. He'll come back himself. But I think instead of like a formal half halt, if I just inside leg to outside rein to sink him into that corner sit deeply here, sink them in, just think about sinking it, keeping them in the outside rein. Then that'll like collect, that is what I did today, to collect him for the.
It was better than yesterday. I
serpentine.
think they're going to want to see a little more of a difference, like
At the end.
sooner.
Okay. I just don't want to get that choppiness.
And you're right. So I'd rather do what you did than, because like here on the second one, I mean, it didn't come as fast, but by the time you were at A, you had a really nice canter.
Yeah.
So you'll see that. So you're right.
Yeah.
You don't want to,
So-
if trying to get that is going to get a tight canter, then do it like you did.
Yeah,
For sure.
So
No, I
think
agree.
That's kind of where we are, but what I want to ultimately do is bring them back there and then get my collected canter around C by
Yeah.
just like sitting down and again with the inside hip, getting the rhythm. I keep my hands a little wider for the counter canter serpentine and
Yep.
really keep the outside leg back.
Yeah.
So you don't get a change, and try to keep pushing with your seat, because it's a little hard for him. Then for the change, the hard part is you're out of energy, you're trying to get your energy again, and you're trying to keep him in the frame you want, inside leg to outside rein. So I tend to forget to keep that outside leg back too. I've got to get that outside leg has to be back by A to really like set it back and keep him flexed left for the
Yeah.
change. And then a little quick wiggle finger so he knows there's a big change coming. And if I can collect him up a little before, good. And then change the bend, quick, new rein, and he'll pick up the correct lead there. Try to get a nice canter with my inside hip
And remember to change your
through
legs
here.
for the new canter.
Yeah. And then for the lengthening, same thing, get him sunk into the corner, and then let him go. Bring him back. Try to get him in the coming back. This is a little easier, I think, a serpentine way for him. But just try to again keep the hands wide. Try to keep them soft. Keep the right hip creating the pace, and the outside leg way back. If nothing else, that outside leg has to stay way
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And try to go sink into the letters as much as you can. I have to cheat a little sometimes.
Yeah.
And then again for this change, again into the corner, keep the right bend, keep that leg back, let them know it's coming, do the change, and then keep it going. Yesterday I had an early canter to trot. Today I tried to compensate for a night a late canter to trot, but we just
Right. Yeah.
figure out your accuracy there.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
not
trot, try to look at the judge, straight trot, sit back for the halt again, give him half halt, let him know something's going on, and just ride him really forward into the halt.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was a lot better even than yesterday. Especially like I liked how, especially this loop on this canter loop there, as soon as you came across, you really got him, your half halt together. And were you thinking a lot about sitting?
It's a lot easier to get your half halt together when you're on the correct lead. And
It
I have
is,
a hard
yeah.
time doing half halts. I'm like, wait, what am I? you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
But you looked more back and like you were sitting more.
Yeah.
So-
I really had my rein short for the test,
Yeah.
and I think the trot was energetic. And when the reins are shorter, now you can't always get them that short because, like, he warmed up fluid today, so I could get him short and have him accept it. But
Right.
when he's a tight day, you can't just get the reins short. Or
Right,
just
and that's gonna be
stop it.
our-
But I was lucky today that I was able to get them really short, and
And that'll be the thing we have to work on, that we know we can get him there,
yeah.
before the
But
test.
that was really a good, he bells really well when I can do that. Yeah.
And now, let's see, the only other thing I would add too for your canter parts, I mean, I can't see on the diagonal, they look good to me, but I could see one when you did on the long side to the right and one to the left, his haunches are coming in. So just in that canter, walk to canter, ride a little shoulder forward in the walk when you're picking up the
How's that,
canter.
Bobby, That feels good.
So, I mean, because he's throwing his haunches in the walk to canter depart. He's really going.